Alright, what's up YouTube? I'm back again. So the topic of this video is going to be essentially college, and more specifically a year in review, and even more specifically my year in review. So I go to UC Irvine. Before that I went to a really small school in Los Angeles, but what I've realized is that I did a lot better in high school than I do in college. I was actually the salutatorian of my high school, so that means I was actually second place in my high school. So yeah, I did a lot better in high school than I am doing in college. But so what I mean is in high school I graduated with like a 4.6, so a really high GPA, but in college I started off with a 3.6 my first quarter, because just the whole adjusting thing like that, I guess that's my excuse, adjusting, and the classes are really hard. These UC colleges, and pretty much all colleges for that matter, are really competitive. You're pretty much in a class full of the top students from their high schools. These freshman classes are often in the 100 people plus area or range. Yeah, so in my intro bio class, in my first quarter, there was actually like 297 kids. And these are huge lecture halls, almost like stadiums, like giant stages, and you pretty much sit around and listen to one person talk, the professor talk, the entire time. Sometimes the professors incorporate clicker questions and things like that. And they use clicker questions in order to encourage people to go to class, which is kind of stupid. I mean, I think you should go to class because you want to learn and not because you are you feel obligated to. The majority of my classes were 3 times a week, but occasionally they are 2 times a week, and for about 50 minutes 3 times a week, or you can go. The embarrassing part when you stall. Basically what I'm trying to get at is college is a big change, and the classes are a big change. From going from like a class of 30 kids to going to a class full of like 300 kids is a major change, and the competitiveness is also a major change. The professors don't really care if you go to class for the most part, but they expect you to know everything, regardless of whether you went or not. There's no makeup usually. Oh, there's a motorcycle. That's nice. Harley. Dorming is another big change. Going from living with familiar people, or family members and things like that, every day, to going to living with someone you don't know. I was lucky enough to have someone I do know. He was actually a friend from high school who I knew very well. So that was nice to have someone I knew. This is a nice road. Oh wow, there's a park right here. Wouldn't you know? Ooh, we could go swing. Or go down a slide. Let's do that. Hold on, let's do that. That'll be fun, won't it be? Which one should I take up? Chain ladder? The other one. Chain ladder. Bumpy slide or straight slide? We'll take the straight slide. See if I can get my helmet through. Ah, no. Oh. Oh. Speaking of playing, you have more free time in college. where did I put my keys? Where did I put my keys? Oh crap. Maybe we won't be going so soon. So another pro of college is that you meet a lot of people. You meet a lot of cool people, you meet a lot of new people, and you do meet some not so cool people, but you kind of have to choose who you hang out with, and that's the only way you can really get around that. Look at that, there's some old motorcycles for you. That's nice. Little doggy. But yeah, some other pros. Let's try to think of pros of college. Your independence. You gain a lot of independence when you go to college, which is somewhat true and somewhat not true. That was some lane splitting action for you. To Bar and Von Grubble and Royal Jardonian. Because it's legal in California. And it should be legal in every state. I'm just not very good at it yet. But with time. Well, more accurately with experience. So if you took AP classes in high school, you will definitely have an easier time in college. You didn't even necessarily have to do good in those AP classes. I took about 6 AP classes, I think. I got a 5 in AP Bio and pretty much 3s in everything else. Like both Englishes, calculus I got a 3, chemistry I got a 2, environmental science I got a 4, US history a 3, world history a 3. So that's basically a C in college, in a college class. But when you get to college, you end up getting B's. You don't automatically end up getting B's. Or my GPA is a 3.1, so my average is a B, which is okay for a bio student, but it should be higher. That's one of the things I'm disappointed in. But I can only do better. I can't dwell on the past. That's the thing in college. You kind of have to move forward. You might fail a class, to be honest, and you might have bad days, but you just gotta keep moving forward. Some of my friends are actually on academic probation, which means they have GPAs below 2.0, and they basically have to meet with a counselor every week, and they have to make dramatic changes to their schedules. That's one of the things that could happen if you don't do well in college, but it's not the end of the world. I'm looking pretty hopeful for next year. I need to do better. I need to get my GPA up in case I do want to go to med school. That's a whole other thing. I have to do better. I have to have no regrets, and I think that's the same thing for anyone else who's going to college, who's watching this. Pretty much go to college and pretty much take advantage of everything. Take advantage of all the things. Go to the gym. Go to class every day. Don't make me tell you. Don't make me force you. Go to class every day because you want to go to class and you want to learn. Build relationships with teachers, build relationships with friends. Try out for interviews. They might go better than mine. And I don't know. Enjoy it. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and zot zot.